Welcome back to consecutive day 963 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today I want to talk to you about pivoting your business strategy. So please do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can support it is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 963 of a diary of a runpreneur, and it's a very cold, wintry, feels like -4 degrees centigrade today run, which is not pleasant to say the least, but I'm here doing it, and it's off the back of a fairly, I don't know, exciting, apprehensive, I don't know what the right word is really to describe the day that I've had. And I've been meeting with a friend, someone who I've known a long time, who's in the same industry as I am, or the old industry. I used to be someone who specialised in property ownership, management of HMOs, to a mixture of benefits tenants and also blue collar workers. That was what I built my kind of business around. And as I've grown and progressed as an entrepreneur, I've become very consciously aware that management is a very, very tough industry, property management that is, and I've made a decision to move away from it, to the extent that I fell out of love with property because of the management headache. Even though it was systemised, the business was at the cost and the headache of the team having to deal with that type of business was just draining. So that's when I came across social housing providers and a kind of a new model of guaranteed government-backed rent that covers you for 10 years and very little management requirement whatsoever. So that's the model that I'm pursuing. But as a result, I still have a portfolio of HMOs in the southeast that still cause me a little bit of a headache on an ongoing basis, especially with interest rate increases, refinancing, management of team, contractors, admin staff, all these things. And I was speaking to my friend today, and we're looking at potentially setting something up whereby he can potentially purchase the portfolio in a creative fashion. So maybe purchase a couple outright, have a few on a kind of a lease option basis, and I don't want to go down there, I'm going the wrong way, and then the remainder kind of staggered to potentially leave me with a very small number of properties that I have. The funds that I release from these assets, I would then reinvest into new acquisitions, where I would put social housing provider leases on them, so it fits very much in tune with what I'm doing this year and onwards. So it's exciting because it's getting rid of, it's like the 80-20 philosophy. I mean, 80% of the challenges I face come from 20% of my business, which probably would constitute the portfolio that I own. So by able to potentially have an exit for it is exciting, but it's also apprehensive because this is what I've done for the best part of 20 years. I know this model inside and out, and it's always kind of been there as a bit of a safety harness. Obviously there's a significant amount of equity within it, and I have to look at the tax implications of exiting that. So there's a lot of pros and cons kind of running through my veins, but I am fairly confident now that it is the time to exit from this model and to move into the model that I know, and I'm loving the new model because it's very much a growing sector. There's huge demand, and it's the most hands-free property investment strategy that I know, where you can own an asset, rent it out without having any kind of major headaches like you would even by appointing a letting agent. So yeah, it's a big decision. There's a long way to go. It's probably a number of years before the exit is fully complete, but to take that first step and to start discussing heads of terms and legally structuring things, he's viewing all the properties next week, and I have a further meeting next Thursday to try and pull together some heads of terms, thrash out some figures. But he's very keen because his model is to convert them to a more high-end HMO with a more professional tenant. I have toyed with the idea of doing this myself, but the reality is this is not an area, I don't have a huge amount of experience in that model, and there'd be no end of time and effort and resource I'd have to put into it in addition, which would be a new strategy to what I want to, and I don't want to spread myself too thinly. So I've made that decision that I think the best move is going to be to exit altogether and then reinvest into the strategy that is my strategy, which I do know extremely well, and I know that it's going to be much better for me in the longer term. So that's kind of what's happened today. I will keep posting this because it's fresh off the press today, and there's a long way to go, but it's exciting, but I'm very, very apprehensive. So the moral to the story today is the 80-20 philosophy, and in this example you can use it in two ways really. You can say that 80% of your problems will generally come from 20% of your assets, or your clients, or your customers. In this instance it's my properties, or your business, and or you can look at it as where 80% of your profit will come from 20% of your business, and in that regard that's definitely more social housing group and what we're doing, so the profit side of things. So I'm pulling out of the stuff which is not as profitable for me, and I'm focusing a lot more on my growth in the high profit areas, the 20%, not the 80. So hopefully that makes sense. Sorry if I'm waffling, but my face is a little bit numb and it's extremely cold. So that's it for me today. Any questions or comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Do remember to give us a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you tomorrow.